Up next, students are hitting the jackpot with their families.
And we mix it up in the kitchen with culinary arts.
This and more coming up on Frisco ISD-TV.
Welcome to this episode of Frisco ISD-TV. I'm Maddie, Cargile.
And I'm Josh Laulom. Thanks for joining us.
We start with Darren Sohm, who tests his luck, and it's elementary, my dear.
The numbers were drawn at random as Carroll Elementary School drew families to the table during their charity bingo night.
Years ago, the 5th grade class used to always want to either buy a bench or something to commemorate their final year in elementary school. And in Frisco, we're kind of not needing a whole lot of extra benches and things, so instead, our principal, Ms. Seipert, had the idea of teaching the kids to give back.
This is our 3rd year of bingo, and it started kind of small the first year, and it's just blossomed into one of our family events that we have here at Carroll. The goal is to leave a legacy, and this year their charity is Heroes for Children, which does research for treatment for children with cancer.
Their bingo game was a way to score prizes for players and benefits for patients.
Basically, we put it back to the kids. These are some organizations that could use our help. And so we really like the idea that kids are choosing for kids. So this would give back to the children in the research for children with cancer.
They help them financially, they help them socially, and it gives back to them. In addition to that, the kids themselves benefit by learning to give back.
Students had a favorite spot to cover, and it wasn't on the bingo board.
I actually liked in the concession stand. It just made me feel like good to help the cause.
It was really fun selling and advertising for stuff like popcorn.
Kind of some selling skills on how to sell stuff from the concession stand and a good time.
It's really fun because you can work there and get snacks and stuff.
You gotta go around the cafeteria with my friend and yell, popcorn, get your popcorn here.
Bingo players old and new can get the ball rolling.
Bingo, in the grand scheme of things, is easy. Everybody gets a card, you call numbers, you win a prize.
A 5-year-old can play it, a 30-year-old can play it, a 50-year-old can play it, and everybody can play it together. So it kind of makes it fun and easy and a family event that everyone can enjoy.
Students shared their strategies for winning.
You want to get a good card, and once you get a good card, you know you're going to be successful at this, but you always want to be tuned in to the game. Like, you don't want to be distracted or anything, so keep all the distractions away.
I just cross my fingers and stuff like that.
The hope is that students gain experience in the game of life.
Learning how to work with other people, learning management skills, as well as learning the game of how to help others.
They did this, and something that they are doing themselves and giving back to the community and an organization.
It seems the 5th graders at Carroll Elementary left their mark. I'm Darren Sohm for Frisco ISD-TV.
Thanks, Darren. Do you remember what you were like when you were little?
No, but I'm sure I've changed a lot.
I'm sure we all have. Let's check in with Kennedy McGilvory to see how students have grown in the middle of it all. Middle school holds a great amount of change in a short amount of time. We see how these 8th graders view their growth over the years.
In 6th grade, I had no classes with my friends. Like, all my friends were on the other hall, and I really didn't know who to talk to.
The first day of 6th grade, I didn't really know anyone because we were coming in from different elementary schools, and I only know a few people, and now this year I kind of know like everyone, and it's super fun.
You're really nervous that you won't see your friends and you won't have classes with them, but in 8th grade you learn that you'll make new friends.
First day of 6th grade, it was impress everyone, be the center of attention, and this year it was you know your friends and you know what to do.
They've noticed change over the years.
I've become more like social and confident, and I've been able to grow up a lot.
I've gotten a lot bigger, like taller, more mature, more confident.
I'd like to say I got more outgoing, but through the years, people have gotten more wild, I guess you can say, and I've started to care more what people think.
Notice that I've actually become more independent.
My anger problems started getting lower and started being more mature.
They had advice for incoming 6th graders.
Don't
procrastinate anyway, and to make sure that you get your work done on time, and to also manage your time wisely whenever you go home and not just slack off.
Students reflect over the past 3 years on what they will carry into high school.
Be yourself. Do not try to impress anyone by being someone else, and do your work.
To turn my work in on time, and as soon as I get home from school, start all my homework so I don't stay up late.
I've learned that you need to have a group of friends and know people and not be afraid to speak up and stuff and get involved in what you want to.
Relax, have fun. You're not a kid forever.
Physically, mentally, and even emotionally, these students are different people than when they first walked in through these doors. I guess you could say they've glowed up. Hopefully they keep shining through high school. I'm Kennedy McGilvery from Frisco ISD-TV.
Thanks, Kennedy. Up next, Jared Gonzalez-Yap shows us how students take control of their studies in higher learning.
I'm doing photography. I'm studying neonatology. I picked animal law, doing environmental engineering.
Civil engineering is a really important skill.
No matter the area of study, students in the Independent Study and Mentorship Program, or ISM, are here at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco to showcase what they achieved and what they hope for in the future. While students in the program packed the field, parents, teachers, and industry professionals walked by colorful displays of passion for what they've learned.
The ISM program is an opportunity for students around Frisco ISD to choose a specific topic, and at the end of the entire process, you sort of create a final product.
Our teacher doesn't actually teach us about our subjects. We just choose whatever subject we want to learn. We go out and find a mentor, and then with our mentor together, we decide everything we're doing.
Not only did they showcase their individual achievements, they also showed their mentorship experiences.
Trying to find a mentor is actually really hard, especially in my case, because some of us have really unique topics, and so it's hard to find professionals that are in this area that are able to be your mentor if there's only a few. I've interviewed with different professionals, and I've put myself out there. I've made cold calls, and I've done all of these things, and I definitely feel more prepared to enter the professional world, to put myself out there, and to really say, hey, I'm Emma Georgieva, and I'm ready for some opportunities.
Emma's mentor, Becky Ennis, feels ISM is a meaningful way to learn and develop professional skills.
It's a fantastic experience for high school students to get this chance to see if what they think they want to do is what they really want to do. I think it also is a great opportunity for them to get used to contacting people, talking with people, putting themselves out there. I feel very lucky and honored that I was chosen to get to do it again.
Frisco ISD High Schools, hundreds of ISM students, countless possibilities.
There's over 300 students here, I believe, and it's just very cool to see how much work everyone has been putting in, and also for parents to see that and to network with more professionals in different fields.
I'm Jared Gonzalez-Yap for Frisco ISD-TV.
Students at the CTE Center rise to the occasion. Here's Lauren Goodman with more in High Tech Happenings.
At the Career and Technical Education Center, the Culinary Arts class has got the goods to treat its customers. Hands-on learning has never tasted so good. CTE culinary students are finding their own flavor in the dessert department.
I mostly do cake. I've gotten a lot better at frosting cakes. I used to do it at home, but ever since I started doing it more here, I've gotten a lot more practice, and I guess it adds to my experience, my technique. It looks a lot cleaner. It's really good.
They teach us a lot of knife cuts, all different types and what you use. So for certain foods, they teach us how to manage our time wisely, so you can get the stuff done efficiently and not waste time.
Their baked goods are in high demand, especially at the student-run Corner Cafe and Bake Sale.
The most popular thing in the cafe, I would say, is probably the brownies, because almost every time they're they always ask for brownies.
The carrot cake, it's really popular, but I like it.
Students are further applying their knowledge in the kitchen by catering to customers' needs for desserts. Chef Burnett is behind the recipe for teaching students methods in pastry making.
We've offered a new dual credit baking and pastry program that's offered to second-year students after the first semester of their first year. Versus selling smaller items in a bake sale, we wanted to be able to teach the students how to sell entire cakes or pies or cookies by the dozen, things like that, more bulk bakery type items.
Chef Burnett hopes his classes not only apply in the kitchen, but will also teach his students the sweetness of running a business.
Really the primary skill that I want my students to learn from this is really about costing. How much cake actually really costs to make and how they can turn around and actually sell that cake and actually profit from it. I think they've really picked up on it because I have a lot of students that really want to own their own bakeries, and it's extremely important for them to understand that food costs money, and in order for them to profit in these future businesses, they need to understand how they cost out their products and how to make money from them.
Hopefully the mix of cooking and commerce will leave people craving for more. I'm Lauren Goodman for Frisco ISD-TV.
That story was sweet.
Now we turn to girls who spice up the game.
Here's Kate Fernie with Girls on the Gridiron.
My friend, he was joking and he was like, we don't have a kicker for freshman B team. So I was like, I'll do it. And he goes, girls don't play football. And so I was like, okay, watch.
Fact. Texas is big on football. With Friday nights often spent watching the boys play, these girls are getting in on the action.
During my career, we've seen a lot of girls that, especially at the middle school, will come out for football. A lot of them will do kicking, but some of them don't at middle school. And generally, by the time they get to the high school, it's almost exclusively one of the kickers.
With a total of 10 girls on teams throughout the district, we caught up with 2 from Staley Middle School.
I've always loved soccer, and there's a kicking spot in football, and Coach was talking about it last year, so I was just like, why not?
The coaches said that they didn't have really any kickers that could do it very well, so they just asked me if I could come up and kick for them.
At the middle school level, believe it or not, sometimes the girls are more mature than the boys are as far as size is concerned. And I think that's maybe one of the reasons that early on they feel pretty good about, hey, I'm just as big as the guy over there playing. I know I can, hang with him, etc.
Independence High School junior Brooke Cohen pushes past the boundaries, playing beyond the stereotype.
I told the coach and he thought I was joking. And then I came back the next year and tried out.
The boys accepted the girls on the teams in no time, and it hasn't gone unnoticed.
They love having them on the team. They've treated them just like everybody else, and the high fives and encouraged them, and the girls have done a really good job.
It was one of those things, I guess, when she first joined last year, at the beginning of last year, that we addressed it as a team about that we had a girl joining our team, that we were not going to treat her any different and all that, and had a conversation as a group with all the boys on the team. And there has not been one issue since.
For many girls, foot and ball come together to define their roles on the team. However, there are exceptions.
Concerns simply are by the time they get to high school that they may not have the physical development that maybe some of the guys do to play football. We would never say they couldn't play, but if they're not quite that similar size and they were to get hit, it wouldn't be a good situation.
Friday night lights take on a different view as the trend of girls in football increases. I'm Kate Fernie with Frisco ISD-TV.
Thanks, Kate. That's it for Season 10 of Frisco ISD-TV.
It's a wrap for me.
And me too.
It sure is, Lauren Goodman. We're also saying goodbye to Darren Sohm. We wish you all the best of luck in college.
All right, Maddie. I'm sure you all do great things next year.
Yes, we will. I'm Maddie Cargile.
And I'm Josh Laulom. Thanks for watching.